everyone. So welcome back to another episode of the Hello Spring podcast. I am your host, Steven, or SpringSims, whichever works for you. But for today's episode, I'll be interviewing Risshella. And if you don't know who she is one of my good friends who happens to be a full-time content creator on YouTube and Twitch who makes a variety of content based around The Sims, Planet Zoo, illustration, and so much more. But she also is my Twitch partner twin. And if you don't know what that means, we both got partnered on Twitch on the exact same day back in July, so we share a lovely anniversary together. But we're also very complimentary of each other because she loves the color purple and I love the color yellow, and yellow and purple are complementary colors. So frenemies, I don't really know, but she's definitely a down-to-earth person that you definitely want to go watch on Twitch and YouTube. But all of her links will be down below in the show notes. You can go check her out on all the socials. But let's go ahead and hop into today's episode. Well, anyway, thank you, Shella, for being on my podcast. And yes, actually, I'm very excited. Even though we're enemies, I'm very excited to, talk to you, pick your brain and see what's what. But honestly, no, thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Even though we're enemies, like you said, I feel like this will help us get the advantage in our feud against each other. We'll figure out each other's weaknesses. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe so. Because honestly, when enemies, you got to talk your feelings out. Then you're like, okay, things are not that bad. Maybe our feud will, be over after this. Maybe not.
I think that's wishful thinking.
Oh, well. But honestly, though, I was very nervous, just because I talked to you and Techni last year, nobody else but you two about this idea. And honestly, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to go through with it, because I was asking you two, what should I have on my podcast? What should I do? And you both gave me a list of ideas, and it was great. And this was before we were all partnered too, which is wild.
Oh my gosh, was it really?
Yeah, I don't remember the exact call, but I know it was before we all partnered.
That must have been a while ago.
Yeah, I think it was maybe April or something like that, maybe around that time.
Okay.
I know.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, I remember that conversation, and both of us were like, oh my God, yes, I think you'd be perfect for a podcast. And I'm so glad that you did it.
Here I am today, 7 episodes in.
Oh, I'm episode 7.
Yeah.
You guys better bookmark this episode. It's going to be the best one.
Honestly, you're going to learn a lot from Shella. She has a lot of insight, a lot of knowledge.
So much. Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. So, would you like to tell the listeners a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So I guess I'll start with my name, right? So My name is Risshella. Don't forget there's 2 S's. I swear everyone always spells my name wrong. No, it's fine. This is going to be a weird name origin story. So back in high school, I used to play a lot of MMOs, and I had an account that was my main account. It was a DPS character, and her name was Risshella with an A. It was Rash. And then I made a second character because my clan or whatever, I can't remember the word for it, but it was basically my guild, I think it was.
Okay.
We needed a healer, so I made a healing account as well, so I could do both. Ooh. And I named that one Resplendent because Resplendent was taken. And then going forward from there, I just merged Risshella and Resplendent together and made Risshella.
Oh.
That's literally it.
Oh, because I thought it was going to be your first, your real first name, and then Shella's she loves The Sims and she makes shells a lot. I'm like, okay.
No, but I do like shell challenges, and it's not a coincidence.
You were born for this?
I was. The shell challenge, that's me. No, just kidding. I didn't make it, but I definitely love them. You are
the shell challenge.
Risshella shell.
So when I first stumbled across your channel, I was like, why did she call her community Goblins? I never understood that.
Oh my goodness. So this is going to be the weirdest origin story ever, and I need you to just, go with this, okay?
Okay.
So I did my first 12-hour stream a year, I don't even know, it was a year or 2 ago. And at the end of the stream, I was kind of delirious. It was very late at night because I used to stream a lot later. So it was 4 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And I started standing in my chair and just like screaming out like this speech, like at the end of my stream about how bad I had to poop. And I was like, why? In my head, I was like, why am I telling them how bad I have to poop? This is weird, you know, because I was like more shy back then. Mm-hmm. But then I was like, you know what, just go with it. And then someone in my chat goes, La Goblina, or something like that. They just called me La Goblina. And I was like, oh, you know what? No, I like that. I like that a lot. And so since then, I started calling people goblins because I think it's kind of cool to have something genderless, because a goblin is a goblin. You can't be like boy goblin, girl goblin. And my community is very inclusive. Exactly. So it's not like a term. It's like a blanket term that can go for anyone. And also they're very imperfect. And I think it's important to embrace your imperfections. And I like to make fun of like bodily functions. I like to make fun of like, oh, I didn't shower today, so yeah, I'm not perfect. I'm not this like person on a pedestal. And just like normalize these things that people might be super insecure about. And I don't know, it's got like a deeper meaning behind it, but on the surface level, it's just this funny word that I use to describe my community. And everyone likes it. Like we call each other crusty, you know, we talk about braiding our armpit hair and just like random things. It's just a lot of fun. I
like it. You know, it's you. And I honestly, it's like, don't change you. I appreciate to be a goblin because I do not remember. I think it's like 8 months. I'm thinking, I don't know. But
yeah.
I'm a goblin. I shall stand to be a yellow, smelly goblin.
Oh, no.
Yes.
The horde welcomes you, but maybe you have your own little cave, like off of the main cave, where you can sit alone.
I'll just
with
say
all the other yellow loving goblins.
Oh no, there's only one because I'm rich. I'm the richest goblin.
Are you the treasurer? We can make this canon right now. You could be the treasurer of the horde.
I am the treasurer. So what was your first impression of me? And I'll give you my first impression as well.
So first of all, I was like, this person is the embodiment of joy. Like, you were so positive when I first interacted with you. And it was I don't mean this in a bad way. It was just very jarring at first because I was like, oh my God, can someone be this happy? Like, what is that? It was like refreshing, you know? I was like, wow, this person is so nice. And then I think I like talked to you a little bit, and my memory is terrible, so correct me if I'm wrong. We kind of like talked on and off a little bit through the front page program thing that was last year, probably around this time.
Oh,
and then like we kind of talked a little bit, but then I really got to know more and get closer to you around the Sim Spark thing. But I'm sure we'll talk about that later if you want to.
Oh, yeah. I think it was around. Yeah, because I remember we were doing the front page thing for like Sims, and we didn't really talk as much because I was a shy bean.
Yeah.
Really? I thought it was through like, because I thought it was through Kayla, like she rated or something like that.
I actually met Kayla through the front page program as well. Like, I was kind of a lurker in her streams. I didn't talk at all really because I was shy, but then like I literally met so many people through the front page program.
So it probably was that, man.
And then I think she did end up rating you, and I met you through that. But like, no, I met you guys at the same time. So I've known you and Kayla the same amount of time.
Oh, wow. That is a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I think when it was probably through the front page thing, I think, or I was lurking in somebody's stream and they rated you. I think, I have no idea. But I think when I first like interacted with you, I was a shy bean, did not know what to say at all. And honestly, your streams are great. I love your community. Like when I first stumbled across, I was like, I'm just going to check her out, see what she's like and, you know, what's happening. And honestly, it was very refreshing because I got to sit down and like chat with people in the chat as much as I wanted to. Because when I chat, I'm like, I don't know what to say. And I think it was just very nice to be able to have like a kind person that I could relate to who played The Sims and streamed the same thing that I did. But because like it's hard to kind of talk to people about like streaming and how you make your money from like the internet because they just don't understand. But it's kind of
so
good.
Weird.
But it's good to know that we can talk about this, you know?
Yeah, I think it's good to surround yourself with people. Well, at least not surround yourself, but at least know a few people who are going through similar things that you are so that you can validate each other. Because I suffer with like invalidating myself. I'm like, oh, should I really be feeling that way? Or am I overreacting? So to have someone to talk to and be like, no, this is a normal thing to feel, it makes me feel better. So
I feel the same way. I tend to second guess myself a lot of, should I say hi? Should I not say hi?
Oh my gosh, you better say hi to me.
It's like, I don't know. Like, I'll say hi. But the thing is, like, what is very nerve-wracking, like all my friends, like you, Kayla, Techni, and everybody else, I go into everyone's streams just to say hi. But like, I don't want people to know me. That's the thing. Like, I have,
when everyone turns and starts talking to you.
Yeah, because I'm like, that's their stream. I don't want to, like, don't interact with me. Interact with the streamer. I
feel that way too, and I literally. The only chat I'm able to just like randomly talk in now is Kayla's, just because it's so fast that like people can't really focus on me for too long. So I feel comfortable there. But most of my friends' streams, I'll come in and I'll say hi, like including your stream. And then, you know, you get a bunch of highs back. So you try to like say hi to everyone, but you don't want it to be you don't want to be taking the focus away from the streamer. Even though the streamer might be your friend, it still feels icky to be like, please don't, I just want to vibe, you know, like, please just let me stay here. And people just don't get that unless they're in our shoes. So it's a big struggle because I want to show my support for my friends, but at the same time, I don't want to take away from them. So sometimes one thing I've been doing is I'll just DM them on Discord, and I'll be like, hey, lurking in your stream right now, didn't want to say hi in chat, but I just wanted to tell you you're doing amazing, and just like, you know, say hi, be like, loving the vibes today. I don't know if that's weird or unnecessary, but it's helped me feel a little bit more comfortable, like, you know, letting my friends know that I'm still there, even if they can't see me in the moment. It helps me feel better, at least.
You know, that's good. I mean, as long as you are happy with what you're doing, then, you know, you're good. I tend to go here and there and, you know, vibe as much as I can. Like, I'll say hi to maybe like 2 or 3 people, and then like I'm quiet for the rest of the entire time.
Yeah, I noticed that when you come into my streams, and it's like a very normal thing.
Okay.
No, it's totally fine. Like, I'll be like, hey, what's up? And then I'll ask you how your day is going. And then, like, I leave you alone because I know you probably just want to disappear into the shadows.
It's like, don't look at me. I literally have, like, when it's dark, I have every single blind closed. I don't look at the sunshine. I don't like light. And that's a problem because my whole channel is all about sunshine and happiness. But I'm like, I don't like the outdoors.
Whoa, I want to be SpringSims exposed.
I want to be
sunflower.
I'm the hidden child sunflower. So
okay.
I don't get enough sunlight. Okay.
Neither do I. But you know what? Sometimes it be like that, especially with the recent panoramic.
Yes. So how's your 2021 going so far? Is it better than 2020? Is it, you know, the same, different?
I would feel like so far, overall, it has been a lot better. And I feel like, you know what, this is my year and I'm going to pick it up, because last year it was a bunch of ups and downs. And I'm sure this year will be as well. But I feel like so far the energy has been great. I've been a lot more happy, like mentally. I've been a lot more healthy. I had a rough patch like a couple weeks ago where I kind of like took a lot of steps back, but I'm recovering from that. And that's just part of life. You sometimes have to take a few steps back to catch yourself before moving forward again. So everything's going to be fine. I'm on that up slope again. So that's nice.
Yeah, that's good. You know, at least going up instead of going down. Because honestly, 2020 was a lot. I didn't like it. I was going through school, and then I had the show announcement and I had to deal with that. And then I got partnered, and then, well, we actually got partnered.
We got partnered on the same day. Wait, we got to talk about that. We literally got partnered on the same day.
It's so wild because I remember I was driving. I think I was going to the mail post office or whatever, but I was driving home and I parked my car in the garage. I look at my phone because that's what I usually do, and I get an email saying Twitch, like the not reply at Twitch, whatever, and I'm reading like, you've been accepted to the Twitch partner program. I was like, that's fake. I open it up. That's real. That's a real email from Twitch. And I literally screamed. I screamed in my car.
And then I saw you tweeted it, right?
Yeah,
so
in that moment.
I went on Twitter, I congratulated you, and then I was like, wait, if Steven got his, then I went and I refreshed my email, and mine was there too. So I wouldn't have checked unless I saw your tweet. I was like, wait.
Oh my gosh. That was a great day, honestly.
We're partner twins. It's the coolest thing ever.
Yes, to partner twins. And I think Techni got partner like a few days afterwards or before.
Yeah, it was like a week after.
Yeah, it was just meant to be.
There were like 6 people that got partnered that week from the Sims community. It was a very good week.
Yeah, I think from then on, the Sims community has been thriving more and more. Like everything's been partnered. We got
another Twitch partner yesterday. Like,
yeah, Ashley.
Yeah, and Death by Flies was earlier this week as well. Just like a bunch of people have been getting partnered, and it's just like, heck yes, look at us go.
Look at us thrive.
We opened the floodgates. We were like, let's go.
Yes. The Sims community is going to take over Twitch eventually. I feel like we are. Sure. We're going to beat Fortnite. It's going to happen.
Oh, definitely. Mm-hmm. I feel it. We're better at building. What can I say?
Yes, it's quicker, easier. It may cost a few simoleons here and there, but we can always undo.
Just rosebud it. It's fine.
Exactly. At least we don't have, other people trying to take us down at the same time.
I don't know. Have you seen Bob?
Oh, gosh.
You never know where it could be lurking.
True. Oh, my gosh. And I want to talk about I don't know what it is, but I think ever since Bonehilda, that whole thing happening a couple months ago. But anyway, so what's one thing that you hate about getting imposter syndrome? I wanted to ask you that because I feel like we could relate to that very much. I can
totally relate to imposter syndrome. So here's the thing. I'm going to break down a little bit about how at least the Sims community works on Twitch, because I feel like the Sims community is pretty tight-knit. You kind of know your neighbors, you know who's live, and you recognize people here and there. So the only way, if you are listening and you are maybe looking to start streaming or you're working on building a community, the only way, I wouldn't say the only way, but one of the best ways to be successful is to network and get to know people and make genuine friends, because it's so tight-knit. But with that comes the question, if you're like me, you'll ask yourself, am I the one getting people to watch my stream, or are people watching me because my friend recommended me? You get these questions like, is this person bringing me all my viewers? Am I bringing my viewers in? And that's something that I really struggled with, because I had a lot of fantastic and amazing friends, and I still do. Mm-hmm. And it brought up the question of, am I doing this? Do I deserve this? Is this my work? And you just ask yourself that question over and over again. I really struggled with that. And after I got partnered, I wasn't able to be happy until so I got partnered at the end of July. Yeah. July 23rd. And I wasn't really able to be happy until around Halloween was when I finally was like, you know what? No, I'm cool. I can do this. This is me. And then obviously I fluctuate here and there. I'm like, I don't know if I'm doing well. But it's a terrible feeling of is this me? Do I deserve this? Am I just getting lucky? Do I actually have the skill? And it's difficult. It really is, because it's hard to get past those feelings, and it really can hurt your feelings. So you're bullying yourself basically.
It's hard. I've struggled with it so many times, over the years. I have been doing YouTube for nearly a decade. I'm not kidding. And I think
nice.
It's not great.
No, that's so cool. What the heck?
I mean, I've only been doing Sims, so I feel like I've been boxing myself in. And I think because I started when I was in high school, and then I kind of transitioned. I had a separate channel besides this one where I made Sims 2 Machinima short film videos a lot for 4 years. And then I transitioned to over SpringSims, where it's a whole different vibe, because high school me was dark and depressing and sad the entire time.
Really?
I only made sad related videos. I was very emo.
I can't see that. Looking at you now, that's a wild image for me.
The thing is, because I got bullied so much in high school and in middle school, it was just very not great. Like, trigger warning, people called me anorexic, and it's not.
Whoa.
It was not great at all. I did not like it. So like it kind of took a lot on my mental health and physical health, where I wasn't feeling the best about myself. And I kind of portrayed that energy into my videos, where I was working constantly a lot and making like these sad related storytelling videos. And I still love storytelling.
That's a good outlet though.
It is. And I think with YouTube, it was hard because I didn't really focus on like the number aspect. I kind of focused on the content aspect until like when I got older, I realized I started like thinking of different things of, am I really growing? How's it going? I'm not feeling this anymore. And then I got into like a different side of like SpringSims, the channel. And I was comparing myself to other people, or people were comparing me to other people. And it was hard because I felt like I wasn't doing enough, or I wasn't like trying to make content the way people want me to make content, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, you feel this like pressure of your audience to do a certain thing or project a certain way. Yeah, I hate that. I hate that so much.
And this, like you said, the Sims community is so like tight niched that it's hard to like step out of your comfort zone in a way when everyone's expected, or like everyone is like used to the idea of what to expect from these people.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but, I feel that.
But yeah, I learned, I don't care. It's whatever. I'm not for everyone.
Character growth for me. Look at you go.
Yes. I mean, I still
struggled as well. Yeah. Like comparing yourself to people. I know as like towards the beginning of my career, I was very focused on the numbers, and especially with the partner push, like you literally have to be focused on the numbers. It is so toxic. Like,
it is.
It destroyed my mental health because you have to like literally get so in depth with analyzing your view count and stuff like that. And it was so difficult. Like I remember getting upset if my average was lower than like my previous stream, which obviously it's going to happen. Like you're going to go up and down, but I would just be like, what did I do wrong? Everyone hates me. Just like those kind of things. And it sounds dramatic, but like in the moment, those were like my real emotions and my real feelings. And at this point, I don't know if you do the same thing, but I haven't like looked at my view count since I got partnered. Like I literally don't care. Like I genuinely do not care. No analytics.
Well, there are like, for me, when I stream, I don't have the view count on at all. Like I don't know what the number is until like I end my stream. Because I usually get emails from Stream Elements telling me like, oh, or like Twitch and Stream Elements at the same time, but they give me like two different things. One tells me how much money I made in that stream and like how I'm doing like good wise. Like Stream Elements encourages or like hypes you up on like how good you do. And then with the Twitch email, it's like, you did this. You're not like doing
your
good.
Views dropped.
It's like, oh, well, thank you. I guess I'm gonna go cry now. But I think that I don't really look at my analytics at all unless it's like for a sponsored stream or I'm doing something that I want to like use as a brand kit, media kit type of thing to like understand where I'm standing. But other than that, I don't really check my analytics at all.
But yeah, like I remember when I was partner pushing, I would check it daily. And that destroys you. Oh,
it does. Numbers destroy people regardless, whether you're in the streaming industry or the business or whatever it is. It's just awful. I hate it.
Definitely. I feel you.
So what or who led you down the path to like start streaming on Twitch?
My fiance actually was the one who was like, I think you'd be good at this. And I was just a viewer for a long time. I just watched random streams. And then I was in college at the time, so I kind of needed a hobby because I'm an introvert and partying is not for me. So I was like, I'd rather stay at home and like play video games, and maybe like my original thing was to just like play games and like talk to people about the games I played and like find people who also like the games I played. Like that was like my first kind of reason for streaming. And that still is like one of my core values. I just want to like find people who enjoy the same games I do. Obviously it's expanded since then, but that was like literally what got me started. He helped me with a little bit of initial equipment, like getting a webcam, a better microphone, a nicer headset, just stuff like that. So it's honestly all thanks to him for like setting me up and encouraging me. He was one of my 3 viewers. It was me, myself, and him. Literally, I made a second account to lurk my streams so I could get the affiliate average. Oh my gosh.
You know, no shame in that at all. Shout out to the fiance.
Because like if you have 2 viewers, you're up way higher than the people who have 1 viewer. It like makes a difference in the beginning.
It really does.
It really does.
So I looked at your channel and I looked back.
Oh no.
I saw that your first game was, or the first thing I saw was Overwatch. Why that game?
Overwatch is actually one of my favorite games of all time. I'm a very competitive person, and not to flex, but I was a Masters on a main. So that's pretty, I was going to say pog, but yeah, that was pretty pog. And I was just a competitive person. However, those streams were very negative energy fueled because Overwatch is a game that, you know, makes you rage a lot. So that's kind of why I moved on from Overwatch. And when Planet Zoo came out, I was like really excited for Planet Zoo because growing up, I played Zoo Tycoon. That was like my game.
I love that game.
Literally Zoo Tycoon. My mom would have to like give me 30 minutes at a time to play it because otherwise I'd play it all day. So basically Planet Zoo was my ticket out of Overwatch. And I didn't really have a community at that time. So it wasn't like oh my God, I'm switching games and people are going to leave. It was more like we got like 20 people here or there, but it wasn't like this huge like deal. So I was like, I'm just going to try something new. And then, Planet Zoo is actually kind of what kickstarted my channel and got me close to partner numbers. And then from Planet Zoo, I went to Sims and the rest is history.
Similar games equal similar communities and more, honestly.
Exactly.
Like Planet Zoo is like a simulation sandbox game, and The Sims is also a sandbox simulation game. So put the two together, you got the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I think it's really important to have like a couple backup games. Like unless you're playing as like a professional esports gamer and you literally only stream one game, I think it's fun to just switch things up here and there as a streamer. Like you don't necessarily have to be variety. Just one day you might want to play Stardew Valley or something,
Yeah, I'm obsessed with Stardew Valley right now. And God. It's just a lot. Like I probably streamed more Stardew this month than The Sims. Well, no, that's a lie. No, a little mixture of both, but you get the point.
I love that for you, honestly.
I've been trying to step out of my comfort zone of streaming because, again, my mentality is like, I stream one different game, everyone's going to leave. No one's going to watch this at all.
I was worried about that too. Like, especially, obviously, I keep going back to the partner push, but like during that, I was like, no, Sims only.
Oh, yeah.
But now I'm like, whatever. I'm going to play what I want to play.
Oh, yeah. I think I had moments in my life of like that partner push. I'm like, okay, I'm going to stream only The Sims or because I can play The Sims 1, 2, and 4 with no issues. And I'm like, okay, I can just play that because it's all similar. Everyone knows what it is. But I'm like, Sims 4 is like thriving. Like I'm going to play that constantly. But then I realized I was getting burnt out to a point where I didn't want to stream it because I do YouTube and Twitch at the exact same time and they're both Sims 4 related. And if like I stream The Sims 4 for so long, I don't want to make content for The Sims 4. So it's like, it's weird. So I had to like figure out something. Sense, though. Yeah. But I think I kind of like, it was weird because way, way, way before, like I wasn't thinking about partner or anything at all. Because when I first started in like 2017 or so, I just played whatever I wanted, however I wanted, how long I wanted. And I'm thinking to myself, where did all that confidence come from? Why is it not here now? I need it now.
Yeah. I didn't even know what partner was when I started streaming. Like I didn't even consider that as a thing. So I feel you.
It's like, it's so weird. Like looking back on my old YouTube videos, I'm like, I had the confidence of like a 5-year-old on camera. And I'm like, why do I feel so insecure and like awful now than I don't know. I think once you get older,
you get this
weird.
awareness whenever you get further in your career, maybe because you start seeing patterns more often.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, have you ever felt like with started streaming or just making content in general, like did you ever feel like you were playing a character?
Not really, no.
Really? Oh.
I've kind of always been a little bit, like, obviously I was more shy when I started, but I've always been really just like cut and dry. I don't know. I just feel like if people don't like me for like my true self, then they can just not be there. I don't know.
Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, honestly, the only reason I ask that because I'm like, I felt like that sometimes. I think because I just been at different like avenues of life. Then I'm like, am I playing a character? Or I'm just like, am I being myself? Because like,
it's like, sorry, go ahead.
Like in a way, I was being myself, but I feel like I was just being a little bit more extra where I'm not actually like that. I don't know.
Well, that's fair because you kind of have to play it up a little bit. Like obviously you're an entertainer, so you kind of have to play up the theatrics of certain things. I do that. Like I'm way more dramatic. I would never, like if I was playing The Sims by myself, I would never freak out as much as I do over like, oh no, my Sims started a kitchen fire. If that was me off stream, I'd just be sitting there like deadpan, just like again. But like on stream, I'm like, oh my God. No Sims are dying. Like you kind of have to make it more dramatic, right? Like
yeah, that's true. It makes sense. I mean, I think I'm pretty much the same on and off camera now than I was before. Like I'm literally the most extras person you'll ever meet in real life once I get to know you. But I talk to my Sims like they're real people. Like I just want to like yeet them when they're not doing what they're supposed to. But you know, it is what it is.
I feel like even if you wanted to play a character on your stream, that's totally okay. Because some people do like create a persona for their streams, like their stream persona. And that's like totally valid as well. It's whatever makes you happy and comfortable.
Yeah. I don't see myself. I don't know how long I could do this though. But I'm like, could I go for like another 10 years? Like maybe not. I mean, 10 years from now, I'll be like 35. Oh gosh, I don't want to think about that.
Oh wow. You really just threw that out there, didn't you?
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
I don't like that number. No.
Moving on.
Anyway, so what would you say like the pros and cons of being a streamer, like on Twitch?
Oh boy. Like, is there a context to the pros and cons or?
Like what would you say like is good about Twitch and what would you say is like, kind of like not okay about Twitch?
Well, first of all, I like being my own boss. I think that's nice. Sometimes I'm not the nicest boss to myself, but I'm learning.
Yeah.
Twitch as a platform is pretty flawed, though. I think that's probably the main con. There are a lot of things that Twitch could do to be a little bit more of an inclusive, safe platform for like marginalized groups, especially. And I don't always agree with their responses to like things that people want actioned. So as a platform, I don't always align with Twitch's decisions, if that makes sense. I'm kind of like, really, dude, did you just do that?
Yeah.
So I feel like as a platform, it has a long way to go before it becomes a place where just anyone can get on and stream and feel like, oh yeah, I'm not going to get hate rated today for the way I look, because that does happen. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen to my friends, and it just makes me very sad. And as a woman, I have received, the stereotypical, oh, you only get viewers because you're a girl and you use, your girl things to get the viewers. Like, no, please don't.
No.
It's like just these terrible things. And unfortunately, that's just the world, obviously the world influenced, but
it's awful. I really honestly hate it the most. I'm like, why do people do what they do? Like, I literally will never understand.
It's because they're anonymous behind a keyboard.
Yes.
They don't have to hold themselves accountable. They can just log off.
It's not great. Anyway.
Oh, sorry, I left it on a bad note. I like Twitch overall. I think it's brought me a lot of happiness in my life. There's just, those things that could be better, and hopefully they'll keep working towards it. So
yeah. The more feedback we give them, the better the platform will be over time. But that's just the state of the world and, how life is. And, you know, somebody got to change it at least to make it better, or at least somewhat decent.
Agreed.
And of course, you started streaming on Twitch, but like, why did you choose Twitch over like YouTube?
I've always liked the idea of interacting with people, and I think it's a lot harder to interact with your community over YouTube because it's not live, and that's literally it. I want to talk to people in chat.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
I mean, there is a chat on YouTube for streaming.
I don't know if I knew about that or if that was a thing. I don't know how long that's been a thing.
Oh,
but like for me, I was like, the only live streaming platform is Twitch. Whenever I signed up, so that's why. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. I streamed on YouTube for like maybe 1 or 2 times, and I was like, I can't do it. All my audiences on one platform can't handle it, so I moved over to Twitch.
Yeah.
It was easier where like no one knew me, but the problem is everyone knew me. And that was like, okay. Because like I streamed on, because like I had a YouTube channel already that was like quote unquote established, I guess. I don't know. Back then I had like 8,000 subscribers.
Dude, nice.
But like the thing is, it was weird because I already went to Sims Camp, and I feel like if you go to EA Sims Camp, people automatically know who you are. Like
don't talk
everyone.
To me about Sims Camp. I don't want to hear it. I want to be a game changer so bad. I'm just waiting for them to open applications again.
Ninja, come on. If you're listening to this, you know,
Frost,
sign up.
Hello. No.
You know, eventually you will get in. I believe
I hope so.
I hope so too. You, Techni, and everybody else should get in. You'll be great game changers. You're already changing the game. You're the cow plant.
I am the cow plant.
Yes.
Me and Kayla.
Oh my gosh. Like, did you ever think that you would be in a video game?
Dude, no. I like cried when I found out. I was like, what is this? This is... They didn't ever contact me or ask me or anything. I didn't expect it at all. And there was no way I would have found out about it because I'm not a game changer. So I didn't have early access or anything. So I would have just not known.
It's like, surprise.
But Kayla told me, she like showed me on stream. I actually have the clip because it was like a changing moment of my life. I was like, wow, this is so cool. But yeah, it's so cool.
So lovely. One of these days you'll be in more objects, like you'll be named after objects eventually.
I want to be a toilet paper roll, to be honest. That's all.
That's goals.
It really is. It really is.
Mm-hmm. I want to be in the game so badly.
What would you be if you could be in the game?
I have no idea, honestly. A gnome.
Really? Oh my god.
Yeah.
I think that'd be so good. A gnome holding a sunflower.
Yes.
That'd
or
be so cute.
A MySim figure.
Oh. Yeah, like the gachas or whatever.
Yeah, because those are all like
the
collectibles.
Simmy capsules. My bad.
Oh, not those. The other ones.
Oh, like the figures. The ones that stand. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
I'll just be standing in your home right there.
Oh boy,
watching.
I can't wait.
I honestly think that, you know, one day it'll happen. I just, you know, just gotta wait for my right moment. I say it all the time. Like, I would love to be in a video game. I would love to help build a house in a pack.
Yeah. Dude, if you ever get to build a house, I'm gonna support the heck out of that. I'm gonna be like, my best friend built a house for the Sims.
Just you wait, it's gonna happen one of these days.
I'm waiting.
It'll happen tomorrow. So you started making content on YouTube. Like the last time I remember, I think it was like last year, like around the time you got partnered, I think, when you started making content on YouTube. Like, what has that been like? Because when you're always live and then you go to like pre-recorded content, like how's your experience been like since doing that transition?
Honestly, the hardest thing is not having a chat there to hold my hand and like help me, because the one thing about live streaming is you get to interact with chat and kind of go off of what they say, their suggestions, their reactions, and that kind of helps you with your gameplay, if that makes sense. In a weird way, chat is like a guide. So to just sit there and talk to myself about my Sims, it's so awkward. But obviously, I feel like that's a thing that all YouTubers struggle with, at least in the beginning, kind of like just talking to yourself. And it's hard for me to act, like not even act, but just like have genuine reactions, because whenever I game by myself, I'm very just like monotone. Something big would have to happen for me to have an expression change. Like my face is just dead. So it's like I have to be very conscious and force myself. And I feel like I'm still learning how to do that. Like in a lot of my speed builds, I'm like, I never smile. What's wrong with me? I'm sitting there like, yeah, this is the house I made. And I'm like, oh my God, I looked so mad.
That's why I never have face cam on my videos ever, or like my speed build. Cause I can't do it.
And it's difficult for me as well, because I feel not pressured, but I want to at least look presentable for videos because they're going to be there forever. So it's like this whole effort as having to go through like a makeup routine. And like today is my day off. I don't want to wear makeup on my day off, but like it's my day off, so I have time to record. So then I have this whole inner struggle of like, do I put on a face and makeup for a video, or do I try to do my videos after my streams and then edit them on my days off? So I'm like still trying to figure out like the balance there, because like your girl's skin needs to breathe. Like, I have days off for a reason, you know?
Yeah, days off are important, honestly. Like when you have to put on makeup, then you have to turn on your lights, and then you have to talk for like maybe 5 hours or so. That's a lot.
It is.
Takes out so much energy. Like just having the lights on and sitting there talking and having to react to everything, and then raids pop in, or hosts or subs or whatever it is, you got to like hype up your energy. And it's like, that's a lot of energy to use. And like at the end of the day, it's like, I'm tired. I'm like literally exhausted. I want to sleep.
The camera turns off and my face just drops. I'm like, oh.
Oh yeah, same. The moment I raid somebody, I smile for a couple of minutes because I don't know when like the stream will end. Basically, like it'll take a few seconds, and then I'm just dead inside. Close the program completely, turn off those lights, and just be a hermit. And then
the first thing I do is turn off my lights. They're so bright.
Yeah, I don't like them. I like them, but I'm like, I don't like them in my eyes.
I hate the light.
Oh gosh. One of these days I'll have better lighting. That won't hurt my eyes. Yeah, I mean, I have the Elgato lights, but they're great. But this, like, my eyes? No.
Yeah, you could probably find something better.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be getting new glasses soon anyway, so. I looked at your Twitter. I scrolled down to the beginning of the year.
Oh my God. Okay, wait, no, that's not too far. Okay.
Yeah, January 1st.
I thought you were going to say the beginning of my Twitter. I was like, no.
No. Oh my gosh, that would take forever.
Yeah.
I just went to January 1st, 2021. I saw that you wanted to get into more charities. And speaking of charities, you've done quite a bit last year. You've done Color for Change. You did the Trevor Project, and then you did Hope for Haiti. Like, what makes you want to do charity streams? Because not everybody like goes into it with good intentions, or like only does it for the sake of recognition or like anything. Some people don't do it for good, but some people do it for the good, if that makes any sense. Like, why did you choose to like do charity streams, like use your platform?
This is gonna sound really, I want to say dumb, but I really look up to Kayla because her charity streams do so well and they do so much good. And watching her and her example, I'm like, oh my God, you can do so much good just by sitting here doing silly things on The Sims and raising money for an amazing cause. So because of her, I was really inspired to do charities. And also because of, well, first of all, Color for Change was for a very specific event last year. So I felt called to action. I was like, this is a perfect time for me to try this out and see what my community can do, because I've been wanting to. So I was like super inspired by her, super inspired by like the events happening in the world. And I was like, this is the perfect time. And I am blown away with all of the good that my community was able to muster for this charity. I was like, wow, this, because we like smashed my goals. I was like, what even is this? It's like really inspiring to see people come together for charities. So yeah, that's why I just, it's really cool. And it's really good to use your platform, your gaming for a good cause. I never thought that I could raise money for charity while gaming, but I think I heard this phrase somewhere, like, gamers love raising money for charity. Like, it's insane.
Yes.
I think they see it as like competitive thing. Like, can we beat the goal? You know, like, it's really cool.
I think that's like kind of I understand from that. And I think Kayla said it in her stream when she was talking to her YouTube partner manager.
Yeah, that's where I heard it.
Yeah, gamers love charity. It's like, we really do. We love giving back. We love using our platform for good. And our community is like, wait, there's a goal. Let's break it. I'm like, okay, let's do it. And it's so wild, like, on how much impact it brings to that charity. Like, what that $5, that $1, or whatever amount really means, or like what that could do for a person. And it's so nice to see like the impact that it brings to them. Honestly, at the end of the day, I mean, use your platform for good. Use it to raise awareness for things that are very important to you or out in the world that you agree with. Because personally, we have a platform for a reason. People chose to follow us for a reason, and they stuck around to see us grow and see us thrive and see what we do in the world to make the world a better place, or somewhat, decent.
I agree. 100%. If you have a platform, use it to speak out on things you believe in for good.
Yes, honestly, because I've learned over time that I stopped caring about the numbers and the followers and social media in general, where like it was coming to a point where I'm like, this is destroying my mental health, where I was always on social media, always constantly tweeting from my phone and just always on. And I just needed to step away from that. So I deleted the app off of my phone.
You inspired me to delete the app, and I did. And I've been so much better ever since.
Yeah. It's a lot better because like when you're on we have our phone on ourselves like 24/7. And when you see the app, you're inclined to like go into there and type, because I think the generic message on Twitter is still the same. It says, "What's happening?" ? So you're inclined to say what's happening in your life. And then you just go on like a tweet rant or whatever. And it's hard to like kind of stop, and then you get replies on top of replies, and it's like a never ending cycle. So you gotta like step away from like that mentality to really think about the bigger picture here, like what's really going on, So
no, I agree. Twitter is a scary place. It can do a lot of good, but also it can also amplify negativity as well. So I don't know. It's just I think one of the reasons why Twitter is a negative platform for the most part is the character limit, because sometimes things take more than 200 characters to explain. And obviously you can do longer tweet threads, but it's just like limiting, and it puts this this invisible pressure on you to try to condense a point that may need a little bit more explaining. And then it's just this whole terrible chain reaction kind of thing. It's like, oh no.
Yeah, I can think of one tweet to be exact. If I'm not going to say it, you probably know what it is. It's not a great tweet thread at all. It's Burger King UK. Yeah. I don't like that at all. That one was quite spicy.
A little bit too hot for me. No, thank you.
No. So I wanted to ask you, do you have plans for any future charities like you have in mind that you want to do this year?
Steven. I'm so glad you asked this. I do. Wait, are we allowed to talk about it?
Yeah. By the time it happens, it'll be out.
Oh, true. Hi, I'm from the past. But no, we're actually going to be raising money for Hope for Haiti again. All of April, right?
Yeah, all of April. I'm very excited, honestly, for it.
My cat's excited too.
Their third annual, like they have a annual like charity event that they have. It's a real thing, like Hike for Haiti, where you have to walk in solidarity for the Haitian community, because these kids and people walk up 200 flights of stairs every single day back and forth. And I'm like, that's a lot of exercise that I don't want to do, but I'm going to do it and use my platform for good to like raise awareness for these things, because people have to walk up 200 flights of stairs just to get access to clean water, education, and, clean water. So it's definitely a very important thing to do. And I've been inspired since like 2010, since the earthquake, to do something about it. And I was inclined to just definitely reach out to my friends. And
yeah, you're like literally so cool, honestly. And I mean that genuinely, like watching you handle this whole Hope for Haiti thing and like the interactions with the director and everything. It's just like literally so cool. And I'm just over here on the sideline like, yes, I believe.
It's wild because I was like, I want to do something. I want to be able to use my platform for good. And I'm like, I'm just going to reach out to their contact form because they didn't have like an email, where they probably did. I just didn't see it. So I was inclined to just type in their contact form that they usually have on their website. And then I get a call from the CEO of Hope for Haiti. I'm like, who?
Yeah,
where?
That's insane.
So that happened.
You're literally so cool, Steven.
I don't feel like I'm cool because I'm just a person.
Stop.
So like now I'm an ambassador for Hope for Haiti, which is kind of cool.
So cool.
I know. Like they asked me, like, do you want to be an ambassador? I'm like, yeah, that's literally my dream. So it's happening.
I'm like so excited because we got a huge group this year.
Yeah,
so much more. Last year was kind of like the pilot run, like the test run, and now we're going like all out. And I'm so excited to see how much money we raise. So
yeah, our goal's $10,000, and I think we're gonna
last year.
Yeah, we raised over $11,000 in like a month. That's wild.
I bet we're going to smash that goal pretty fast. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, with the amount of people on the team and everything. Because I think, what did we do? Like the first 2 days or so, we raised over 1,000. And I'm like, oh, I wasn't expecting that at all. Like I was setting very low expectations because I never expect people to like donate or do anything. So I always assume not the worst, but like what I think could be, reachable amongst all of us. So not saying not everybody's community is like, No,
I know what you mean. It's like never expected, but always appreciated.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Because I'm like, don't give me your money. Go donate to the charity. I don't want you to sub. Give your money there.
No. Yeah, no, I feel that. I'm just really excited. And I feel like we're going to be able to help a lot of people through the Sims community, like specifically the Sims community. And it's going to be the coolest thing ever.
Yes, I'm very excited to see how this pans out in the very end, because it's a whole month and they are doing some great things. Like their overall goal is to reach $200,000 by the end of the event. And they're over 100,000 now. So, so that's kind of nice. So,
I bet we'll be able to help them a lot.
Oh yes, definitely. So do you like have any other like future charities you want to do this year? Like,
I wanted to not color change. I always get color change mixed up with with the Trevor Project, because whenever I think of color, I think of Pride Month. Isn't that silly?
Yeah.
So yes, I want to do the Trevor Project again this month. And then I don't have anything specifically planned for the rest of the year. I'm just going to kind of like lurk in the shadows and like see what happens. Because honestly, after 2020, you never know what's going to happen. So true. I'm just going to hopefully be there if needed,
Yeah. Because I don't even know how many charities I always do. I tend to do only like two a month, or maybe 3. Like I have my standard, I will always do it, St. Jude, no matter what. And now Hope for Haiti, I will do it every single year. And then like a third one tends to pop up throughout the year because I feel inclined to help and inspire and just raise awareness. And because I did like 4 or 5 charities, I think. I know there was St. Jude, Color for Change, Hope for Haiti, and then I did the Starlight Children's Foundation. I think I did another one, but I don't remember what it was. But because I remember I did a charity back to back. Oh, and then I did the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that. Man, that was a lot. Like just doing charities in general is a lot. It takes a lot out of you.
Yeah. It's all for a good cause, though.
Yes. Let my exhaustion just fade away because I'm here to help other people.
Exactly.
Yes. So the other question I wanted to ask you is that you have a career legacy challenge.
Oh boy.
Like,
yeah.
Where did the idea come from?
You know, I am a builder. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat this. I'm a builder in The Sims 4, so I wanted to challenge myself to do gameplay. But every time I did gameplay, I would only be able to do it for a couple of weeks before I would get bored of it. I say this a lot on stream, but I think The Sims 4 has a great exterior. Like, it's got the foundation, but there's like nothing inside of it. The gameplay is very limiting, and there's nothing to kind of help you make your own gameplay. So you kind of have to either be super creative and super invested, or you just get bored pretty easily. Mm-hmm. So I specifically am making the Career Legacy Challenge to try to help people make their gameplay a little bit more exciting and a little bit more engaging. It's kind of like an outline that you can use for creating gameplay and like making stories and stuff like that. Because I feel like it's so hard to tell a story in The Sims 4. Like, it's just very difficult compared to previous Sims games. So hopefully this one will help. And I mean, I'm on generation 12 of my Career Legacy Challenge, which is insane. That's the furthest I've ever gotten in any Legacy Challenge ever.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I'm still having a lot of fun with it. Like, I'm almost to 100 days streaming it. Like, I'm at 91 or something.
That is wild. I don't think I've ever gotten that far in like any Legacy Challenge either. I mean, the most I've had was maybe like 6 or 7, but nothing compared to like what you're doing at all. Oh man.
It's really fun. And fun. It's still a work in progress. So at the time of this recording, I'm on generation 12, so I've only written it up to generation 12. So every time, because we kind of like figure it out as we go along, my community gives me ideas. They're like, oh, what if we did this? Because each generation, each career kind of has like a side quest that you can fit into your game if you think it makes sense. So for example, Educator is the 12th generation if you have all the packs. And the side quest, we're trying to figure it out still, but suggestions have been make an at-home classroom for your kids. If you have parenthood, maybe you could have your parents try to help their kids with like 3 projects, you know, just like these weird side quests that kind of help you add onto your gameplay and give you an extra goal. But it's not necessary, because I feel like in a lot of sim challenges, you feel very pressured to meet these goals, but they just stress you out and they don't make sense. So like, for example, maybe your 12th generation legacy sim is a really bad parent. Like, they're terrible. It wouldn't make sense to help your kids with your projects. So we're just trying to like figure it out, and it's just a lot of fun. Yeah,
I think the idea is that what you're going with, like, collaboration is key to definitely kind of go along with the Career Legacy Challenge as time goes on. And it's a really good challenge. I really like the idea because, like you said, it gives people a new way to inspire themselves to play the game, because every career is different and you learn a different aspect of that career as you play on with the different skills and the aspiration that might be tied to it. Yeah. It definitely helps.
The one thing that makes it super good for storytelling is you have to randomize everything. So you can't make the perfect sim for the career. I can't make my criminal evil, a kleptomaniac. Like, I can't choose those traits. Like, you have to pick from your offspring. You have to pick from your kids. You have to pick the one that you think makes the most sense. But all of their traits are randomized. All of their looks are randomized. You can't change any of that. Their aspiration is randomized. So it kind of forces you to make a story around it, instead of just erasing what the game has given you and creating the perfect match. And I think that kind of helps make your Sims feel a little bit more human, because I don't know about you, but I'm guilty of making Sims very good in cast, like very good qualities, very good traits.
I do that all the time.
That tends to make gameplay very shallow because your Sim is so good at everything.
Yeah.
So this way, it forces you to kind of be like, oh, so my detective is evil. Why is my detective evil? What caused them to be evil? Are they secretly like trying to meddle with evidence? Like, are they secretly maybe trying to infiltrate the detective agency? Like, you kind of have to think of these stories.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes it a lot more fun to play that way.
It definitely is. I like it because it gives yourself freedom to imagine anything and everything as you play.
Exactly.
And that's what people need. New, imaginative, exciting things to use to make their game better for them. Because I think, like you said, like over time, you get bored and you want to have something new. And that's where challenges come into play. And that's how it helps a lot of people think of new ideas.
Yeah. And this challenge is a very long challenge because there's like 26 careers or something like that. So, it can just be something you go to if you need something to do, Oh. It's a little back challenge.
Oh, yeah. Well, will you ever do it's not really technically a career. It's more like a side business, like the veterinarian thing from Cats and Dogs?
I have. It's really fun.
Okay. Because I was like, there's a lot of careers and a lot of like side jobs that are like careers, but not really technically categorized as careers. So I'm like,
Yeah. I don't know how I'm going to fit those into the Career Legacy Challenge. I think they might be like a hard mode or an extended edition. Kind of like if you get through all the careers and you still, for some reason, want to keep playing, go ahead and, I'll have like something written out. Because there is a hard mode option where like you have to do like all of the freelance careers. You have to do all of the part-time jobs. So probably fit those in there.
Okay, that's good.
I'm definitely not doing the hard mode because I don't know if I would want to.
I would struggle a lot with that, honestly.
Don't blame you.
I wanted to know if people wanted to get into the quote unquote this space seriously, like the gaming, live streaming, YouTube, whatever community, what should they focus on?
I always tell people, and this is brutal honesty, if you start Twitch to make money, you're not going to be happy. Unless you already have an established platform somewhere else. Hopefully you understand that, like, at least in most people's experience, like money is not a thing that happens for a couple of years. It should be more of a passion thing. In my personal opinion, you should be very passionate about either, like if you're a body painter or, you like crocheting, or you're super good at Overwatch or whatever. That should be the reason why you want to stream. So make sure you always keep that like core, your reason for streaming. And I feel like something people ask me a lot is like, what advice would you give someone who's starting out? And I always say, set a schedule. And that doesn't necessarily mean I'm playing Sims on Thursday, I'm playing Animal Crossing on Friday. It's more like, no, you need to be consistent because people are going to be like, oh, I watched this cool streamer yesterday at 5 p.m. And then they go look for you and you're not there. And then you're on at 9 p.m. And they're like, what? Why are you on at a different time? So, you can have different times, but make sure it's laid out somewhere so people can see it and they can plan on when they want to come watch you. And once you have the same schedule and you start getting it in your community's head, they'll come back and they'll be like, yeah, no, I watch this girl on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. That's when I watch her. Because if you don't have that consistency, then people will start to look for people that are more consistent and can fit into their schedule better. Because humans are habitual creatures, so they kind of want to have a little bit of a rhythm, a pattern. So make sure you set a schedule. I think that's the biggest important tip for if you want to start streaming. Oh,
I agree with you. Scheduling, organization is key. Like if you want to take this seriously, definitely go into the mindset of you're not going to make money very quickly unless you have an established platform. Definitely have a schedule that works best for you and stay consistent with it, because the more consistent you are, the more success or increase of success you will see over time.
Also, this might be a little bit more later in the game after you've been streaming for a while, but you should make sure to focus on victories that might not necessarily be the visual ones. So something that people tend to focus on a lot is view count, and that's okay. But if you get upset, maybe your stream had a lower view count this evening or whatever, maybe try to find somewhere where you did better. So for example, like, oh, I had 20 less viewers today than I did yesterday. However, a couple more people joined my Discord. So that's nice. Like, you find victories in places other than view count, or like, oh, someone followed me on Twitter tonight. That's a victory because I have another Twitter follower or something like that. So don't like put all of your eggs in one basket on Twitch. Like if you want to become a successful streamer, you need to make sure that you kind of look over all of your platforms and judge your success based on everything and not just your view count and not just like how much money you're making on Twitch. It's like this huge overarching social media kind of network that you need to kind of focus on.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. It's people have to have that mindset, like I would say head on to kind of see themselves grow. Yeah, I agree. This is good. So I asked you, do you like personality quiz? And you said yes. I wanted to know what your results were.
So I got INTJ, and I've gotten this my whole life. It has never changed, not once. And it's funny because it's called the architect, and I like building in The Sims. So I think I'm being called out here a little bit. I
got INFJ, like -A, and then like the other one was -T. And I'm like, okay, I'm an advocate. Seems all right. And then it tells me I'm a constant improvement. I'm like, is that supposed to be good or bad? Like, is it, I mean, probably a good thing, but I'm like, okay, I guess so. But it tells me I'm more introverted, which I am because I don't really like interacting with people face to face.
I'm the same way.
So I'm like, maybe that's not for me. So like, it makes sense that I'm an introvert. It's like I'm 59% introverted.
Yeah. I feel like I can be an extrovert, but I need time to recharge my battery a lot, you know?
Yeah. I agree with that.
So I can like front as an extrovert for a while, but then I'm like, oh my God, I'm just gonna go crawl in bed. But like one of the first sentences for INTJ that makes me kind of feel really bad about myself is it says it can be lonely at the top. What does that mean?
I don't understand.
It says as one of the rarest personality types and one of the most capable. It's just like, okay, I feel like a narcissist all of a sudden. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
It makes you feel a certain way. I'm like, I don't understand.
Am I
like,
really
what does that mean? Like it tells me, like it says, advocates are the rarest personality types of all. Still, advocates leave their mark on the world. They have a deep sense of idealism and integrity, but they aren't ideal dreamers. So they take concrete steps to realize their goals and make a lasting impact. So I feel like in a way that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah. No, that does make sense.
Yeah. There are times where I'm like, I feel attacked reading these because it's all so true. I don't like it.
It's like these personalities can be both the boldest of dreamers and the bitterest of pessimists. Okay. I feel called out.
There was one quote that I love, and I said it in like my last episode 4, I think. I'm not really sure, but it read like the career path. It says it's better to fail while striving for something wonderful, challenging, and adventurous and uncertain than to say I don't want to try because I may not succeed completely. And like that kind of goes in a way where we were talking about like if you want to go into like the streamer space seriously, you got to try and you have to like have a consistent schedule or some type of thing to keep you going, because if you give up, you don't really know what could be the outcome of it.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with that.
Honestly, I mean, I'm never taking this quiz ever again because I feel like it's just a thing that I just know, and it is what it is, and it makes perfect sense to me, and that's who I am. I'm an advocate.
My world is private and complex. Okay, I'm done reading. How do they know?
It really calls you out there, honestly.
Yeah, it does. It does. And it makes sense. I don't know. It's just like, also, I feel like with some of these personality tests, it's kind of like you get your results and then you're like, oh yeah, that's totally me. When like maybe you're just, seeing it. But if you saw something else, you'd relate to that more. I don't know. Yeah. So take it with a grain of salt.
Yes. Well, the way I end my podcast with my guests is rapid fire questions. Sometimes they're not rapid fire because I don't tend to ask questions that are very quick, which I don't know.
Setting a timer right now.
Okay. 5 seconds. No. So the first question is, what's your favorite video game right now?
Valheim.
Ooh.
It's the Viking game. It's so fun. Last night we fought a sea serpent. It was crazy.
Ooh, that sounds fancy.
Yeah, I like building in it too.
You can build? Oh, I'm buying it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you ever want to play, let me know. I usually play it in the evening with my mods, and we can show you the way.
I wonder how much it costs, though.
I think it's like $20. It's on Steam.
Oh,
it's still in early access. Like, it's not even a full game yet, and I'm literally in love with it. So the fact that more stuff is going to come to it later, I'm like, yes.
Works for me because I can write that off on my taxes as a business expense.
Oh my God.
Don't you do? I do it all the time. And they say,
yeah, no, I do too. Yep.
It's like, when you're in the gaming industry, there's perks when it comes to taxes here.
Yeah. Honestly. Because, it's my content, right?
Yeah. It's
that coffee I drank on stream. Yeah. That goes on my taxes as well.
It keeps me awake, keeps me healthy and sane.
Yeah. But yeah, if you want to play, just let me know.
Okay, cool. What recommendations would you give to someone, like a book, podcast, TV show, etc.?
Oh, I'm so bad at these because literally my media consumption is just YouTube and Twitch. Mm-hmm. However, I am obsessed with Critical Role. So if you are someone as a D&D nerd, watch Critical Role. They stream on Twitch, YouTube, and then they have a podcast form and also upload all of their episodes to YouTube as well. So, but always start at season 2. Don't start at season 1. That is my word of wisdom.
I will put them in the show notes below. Honestly, I will.
Yay! Yeah, it's a good podcast. I like it a lot.
Oh, good. Knowing what you know now, like as a grown-up, what advice would you give to your younger self?
Grow up. Literally just grow up. Stop caring what people think. Like, it sounds stupid, but genuinely, I spent far too long being self-conscious about so many things that were out of my control just because it's what society thrusts on me, especially as a woman. I'm supposed to look a certain way, dress a certain way, act a certain way, but that's just all not necessary, and you should just be yourself, and you should do it for yourself, not for men or anyone else. So, go off.
Good.
Be yourself.
I like that.
Yeah.
And the last question that probably won't be rapid fire. What does success mean to you?
Oh, wow.
I know. Heavy hitter.
Success? I would say if I can go to bed with just a crumb of serotonin from something I achieved earlier in the day, knowing I helped someone, or I feel good about a project that I completed, I think that's kind of success. It doesn't have to be this like one huge thing like you've been building up to for a long time. It can just be these like little moments like, oh, I successfully, washed my hair today, or, oh, I successfully made someone's day. They were having a bad day because maybe they had something happening in their life, and I took their mind off of it for a bit. So just these little moments. It doesn't have to be this huge, like, I graduated college. Like, obviously that's a success, but, it can be small things as well, especially as someone who struggles with mental health. Like, sometimes success can be making breakfast for yourself, Yeah. Sometimes it can be getting out of bed.
The small victories that matter.
Yeah. You define your success.
Exactly. So where can the listeners find you?
Oh, man, I thought you'd never ask. In my bed. No, just kidding. I'm always in bed. No, you guys can find me. I'm on Twitch. I stream every day except for Thursdays and Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/Risshella. And I will probably be playing the Career Legacy Challenge unless you find me on an off day, which would be very rare. But I'm normally streaming The Sims. I also have a YouTube channel, which she's chugging. She's working. It's a little slower than normal YouTubers, but same thing, just YouTube twitch.com/Risshella. If you need my other socials, they're linked on my Twitch. I don't want to like plug too much.
Oh no, it's fine. This is your episode. Do what you gotta do. Okay, well then
follow me on Twitter. Unfortunately, Risshella was taken, so I'm Risshella La on Twitter. The Risshella account has been inactive for like 6 years, and I'm really mad about it. I'm like waiting to snipe the name whenever they purge it. So
I said go for it.
Yeah. I want it so bad because it's the only social media I have that isn't my name. It's like so dumb. So yeah.
Same here. Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast. I really appreciate it, honestly.
No, thank you. I feel so honored.
Yeah?
Yeah, like you're literally so cool. I was like, oh my gosh, Steven wants me to be on his podcast. This is so cool.
Well, I will see you later.
Yeah, probably in the Twitch streets, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Have a good day, Steven. Love you.
You too. So I hope you all enjoyed today's episode as much as I did. I had so much fun talking to Risshella because I know for a hard, stone cold fact that she is a down-to-earth, kind, honest person that I know you all will definitely love watching her on YouTube and Twitch. All of her links will be down below in the show notes, of course. But to give you a bit of a recap on today's episode is that we talked about our struggles as Twitch streamers, the grind never stops mentality, YouTube, why she started, streaming on Twitch, why she left the quote-unquote Overwatch communities to stream more Sims fully, and also charity fundraising, the Sims 4 Paranormal Stuff Pack, because if you didn't know, if you have the Paranormal Stuff Pack, there's a cow plant. It'll either generate as Little Simsy or Mini Risshella, and she was featured in that, which is really, really cool. So definitely check out all of her socials down below in the show notes. But that being said, I hope you guys definitely enjoyed it as much as I did. Make sure you go ahead and follow and subscribe to me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcast, and I will hear from you all next week.